I'll start off by I'll drop kind of it's sort of a genre of music, but I know you are a fan as well. I'm a sucker for a good love song, and I always have been. Pulls on the heartstrings and things like big booming emotional songs. Now I remember I'm going to point out a specific moment from our teenage years
Oh
of
God.
when we would be in a car and, for example, we drive to Tesco and we would have Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On, booming at the
Yeah.
top of the speakers. Because we were all friends, we were all looking at each other going, socially, this is not acceptable for a group of teenage lads to
Yeah.
listen to. However, every single one of us was like, that's a fucking banging song. And we think that song is fantastic. And it is, it's epic. You can't deny it. But love songs in general, from my point of view, hit the heartstrings, really get you. So, for example, I've got a few examples of specific love songs. A lot of Bee Gees stuff is amazing, and I know Bee Gees aren't seen as taboo because musically they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Big one, I know I mentioned last time I was on the podcast, I brought Taylor Swift up. The song Love Story by Taylor Swift. I think that's a fantastic song.
Yeah.
And that gets me every time. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. But should that be considered a guilty pleasure? Probably. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Should love songs be considered a guilty pleasure? I think kind of like the soppiness and the over emotion of it and stuff. I think sometimes music's a very personal thing and everyone experiences it personally. However, it's also an extremely social thing. So when in a social situation, this song that you love to listen to when you're feeling a bit weepy and a bit of a hopeless romantic, and you don't really want to expose that to whatever social group you're around with. And I think it comes down to social norms and
I feel like it kind of comes down to your demographic as well. I feel like if it was a group, and this is going to sound not great, but if you're a group of, say, middle-aged women listening to love songs, I feel like that is way more socially acceptable
yeah,
than
it's
being
expected.
like we were, a group of teenage lads listening to, for example, like, I don't know, like I said, like "How Deep Is Your Love" by the Bee Gees, and fully appreciating it and fully loving it.
I think the kind of funny thing about it was it was always put on as a joke, but it was all like we were all sat there and we were all
Loving it.
enjoying it.
We were
But it
vibing
was
it, man.
all kind of like laughing, going, how funny is this? We're playing this song. But deep down, you're there behind the wheel and you're like, yeah,
This is
this
a
is
jam.
great. This, yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's. I feel like it's more of a male taboo. The love song thing. People that know me well know that I'm a sucker for love songs. People that know you well, John,
Oh, yeah.
also know you're a mad sucker for love songs as well. So
Um,
I thought that'd be a good one to start on because we
yeah.
can kind of relate to it
I,
mutually.
I like more like sad love songs rather than happy celebrate
Yeah.
love songs. But as we're on the subject of kind of